It's been nearly 3 decades since the unsolved murder of 6-year-old JonBenet Ramsey, a case that...
After 28 years of silence, Burke Ramsey's voice has finally been heard, shedding light on a mystery that has haunted a family and captivated the world. The tragic morning after Christmas in 1996 changed everything, but the questions never stopped. As Burke speaks out, the world listens, still hoping for justice for JonBenet. If her story moved you, help keep her memory alive. Like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories. And together, let's continue the search for truth that JonBenet's story so deeply deserves. Hours later, John Ramsey made a devastating discovery. In the basement of their home, he found the lifeless body of his daughter. JonBenet had been strangled with a makeshift garrote, her skull fractured, and there were signs of sexual assault. The image of a child beauty queen, once admired for her charm and charisma, was replaced with the haunting reality of a brutal murder that has remained unsolved for nearly 3 decades. From the very start, the investigation was plagued with serious errors. The crime scene was not properly secured. Friends and family moved throughout the house, contaminating potential evidence. Investigators later admitted that key opportunities to collect DNA, fingerprints, and other forensic details were lost during those first few hours. When John Ramsey carried his daughter's body upstairs after finding her, many believe critical forensic evidence was compromised. Suspicion quickly turned inward toward the Ramsey family. The ransom note was written on paper from inside the house, and investigators believed the writing appeared rehearsed. With no signs of forced entry and a timeline that didn't make sense, law enforcement started focusing on the people who lived inside the home: John, Patsy, and their 9-year-old son, Burke Ramsey. The media exploded. Headlines painted the Ramseys as suspects before any charges were made. The family, deep in grief, found themselves in the middle of a national spectacle. Speculation spread rapidly. Some believed Burke Ramsey may have accidentally killed his sister and that the family staged a cover-up. Others insisted that an intruder had committed the crime. For 20 years, Burke Ramsey stayed silent. But in a rare and emotional interview on Dr. Phil, he broke his silence. He recalled how his father had told him, "JonBenet is in heaven." He said he cried, but at the time, he didn't fully understand death. During the interview, Burke was asked directly if he had hit his sister with a flashlight or bat. He responded clearly and firmly, "No, absolutely not." He explained that he had stayed in bed that night, too afraid to come out. His nervous demeanor during the interview, particularly his awkward smiles, sparked renewed criticism. Some saw it as suspicious, but experts, including legal analyst Dan Abrams, explained that his behavior reflected anxiety and discomfort, not guilt. Still, the court of public opinion didn't let go. Burke also shared painful memories of being followed by media, and how once, at a grocery store, he broke down after seeing a magazine accusing him of the crime. The emotional toll of growing up under suspicion while mourning his sister was immense. Yet despite all the judgment, Burke continues to maintain his innocence and expresses a strong desire for justice for JonBenet. One of the most influential and determined voices defending the Ramsey family came from Detective Lou Schmidt, a veteran investigator with an exceptional track record. Appointed by the Boulder District Attorney's Office, Schmidt joined the case with fresh eyes and a reputation for solving complex homicides. Unlike the local investigators who zeroed in on the family as prime suspects, Lou Schmidt strongly believed the Ramseys were innocent. He introduced a compelling theory that an unknown intruder had broken into the house through a basement window and committed the crime. He pointed to physical evidence that supported this theory, including unusual marks on JonBenet's body that resembled stun gun burns and the location where her body was found, deep in a secluded section of the basement, suggesting the killer chose a hidden place to avoid being seen. Schmidt's approach clashed with the official narrative, and his theories were largely ignored. Disheartened by the resistance, he resigned from the case, but continued to investigate independently. Before his passing in 2010, he organized and documented all his findings, thousands of pages of reports, photographs, and a detailed list of alternative suspects. He entrusted this crucial information to his daughter, Cindy Schmidt, who now carries forward her father's mission, seeking justice by collecting DNA and following every credible lead. In 2008, a major breakthrough occurred. Using advanced forensic testing, unidentified male DNA was found on JonBenet's clothing, DNA that did not match any member of the Ramsey family. This discovery led District Attorney Mary Lacey to officially exonerate John, Patsy, and Burke, issuing a formal apology. Unfortunately, Patsy Ramsey had already passed away from cancer in 2006, never knowing her name had been cleared. Now, in his later years, John Ramsey lives a quieter life in Michigan, but he has never stopped seeking justice. He remains highly critical of the Boulder Police Department, believing their refusal to accept mistakes has prevented the case from being solved. He has urged them to release the remaining DNA evidence to private labs capable of using genetic genealogy, the same revolutionary technology that identified the Golden State Killer after 40 years. Experts like Cece Moore and Dr. Ellen Graytock believe they can help. They use state-of-the-art methods to trace unknown DNA to living relatives and build family trees that lead to suspects. Their techniques are far more advanced than what was available in the 1990s. Both have offered to work on JonBenet's case, but the evidence remains locked away by the Boulder police, who have refused outside help. To this day, no one has been arrested or charged for the murder of JonBenet Ramsey. The case is technically still open, but with each passing year, the hope of resolution fades. Yet John Ramsey still believes the truth can be uncovered, if those in charge allow it. He has even appealed to the governor of Colorado to intervene and release the DNA samples. He says he no longer feels anger toward whoever committed the crime. He only wants the truth. He believes JonBenet deserves justice. And he says if all options are explored and no answer is found, he could accept that. But to not even try, he believes, is unforgivable. Her husband, John Ramsey, now living a quiet life in Michigan, has struggled with grief, anger, and bitterness. Over time, he came to understand that forgiveness was essential for his healing, even though the pain of losing JonBenet never truly faded. Burke Ramsey, JonBenet's older brother, also endured public suspicion. After years away from the spotlight, his return brought both sympathy and renewed criticism. Although cleared of any involvement, doubt still lingers in some minds. Despite advancements in forensic science and determined efforts by investigators, the mystery of JonBenet's murder remains unsolved. For the Ramseys and those still following the case, the hope for justice endures. Yet with each passing year, answers feel more distant, leaving behind a haunting legacy of heartbreak and unanswered questions. Before we dive into this gripping and emotional story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a powerful true crime story like this one. Thanks for watching.